Hello, everyone, and welcome back to TaouyList. I hope you're doing well today, but even if you're not, please stay with me. This video might be very important for you, not because I'm special or because this topic is completely new, but because of a powerful truth we often ignore. You and I, we all have 24 hours in a day. The richest people on earth, top athletes, world leaders, they also have 24 hours. Yet, some people use their 24 hours to build amazing lives and achieve big goals. Others use the same 24 hours to scroll on their phones, complain, or wait for motivation that never seems to come. This video can be powerful because if you listen openly, it might change how you see your time. You won't be able to say, "I don't have enough time," because after this, you'll have clear ideas on how to use your hours. If you still don't act, then the real reason might be that you're just comfortable with how things are, even if you're not moving forward. But I know something about you. You don't want to just stay where you are. You want to do more, be more, create more. You want to change your habits, learn English, build your dreams. And your time is moving, whether you use it or not. So, in this video, I will share 10 powerful ways to use your 24 hours like the most successful people. I'm not here to just inspire you for a few minutes. I'm here to help you change how you see your day, your routine, and your future. If you're truly serious, by the end of this video, you'll have no more excuses, only clear choices. Because once you know how to use your 24 hours well, your future isn't a question, it's a decision you make. This video is not only powerful for your life, but it also helps you improve your English in a simple and natural way. Let's begin.
Way 1. Plan tomorrow before you sleep tonight. The first powerful way to use your time better is to plan tomorrow before you sleep tonight. Most people lose their morning the night before. How do most people go to sleep? They check their phones, scroll for 30 to 60 minutes, worry about life, and maybe think, tomorrow, I'll try to be better. Then they sleep without a clear plan or direction. What happens then? They wake up confused and mentally tired, and they waste the first 2 to 3 hours just trying to figure out, what should I do today? By the time they decide, half the day is already gone. But successful people do the opposite. They see their evening as a time to get ready. They don't just let tomorrow happen, they design it. What you should do? Every single night before you sleep, take 5 minutes. Write down 3 main things you need to do tomorrow. Not 10, just 3. Imagine them getting done. Keep that list near your bed. This isn't just a simple trick. This helps your mind wake up already focused, not foggy. Imagine 2 people. One goes to sleep after watching 40 short videos. The other writes, finish English lesson, record 1 video, call client at 3 p.m. When they both wake up, who moves faster? The second person doesn't need to decide what to do, they just do it. Over 1 day, this might not seem like a difference, but over 30 days, one person is just moving in circles while the other is building a future. This isn't about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Why it works? Your brain silently works on what you write while you sleep. Planning at night gives you mental peace and clarity in the morning. It stops you from overthinking because your brain already has a plan. Every night before you sleep, write 3 things you want to do tomorrow. This small habit will save you time, give you focus, and make you feel powerful in the morning. Start with this 1 day at a time, but repeat it every night. This is how your dream begins, not in the morning, but the night before. Way 2. Own the first hour of your day like a warrior, not a victim. The second way is to own the first hour of your day like a warrior, not a victim. What do most people do in their first hour? They grab their phone, they check messages, scroll for news, open notifications. They don't even leave their bed and their brain is already tired, distracted, and unfocused. They haven't even brushed their teeth, but they've already seen 30 pieces of information. They haven't had a moment for themselves, but they've let the whole world speak to them first. Then they say, I feel lazy. I don't feel motivated. That's not laziness. That's too much information at once. You're not tired. Your mind is just scattered. If you want to control your day, your energy, your thoughts, and your productivity, you must control your first hour. I'm not asking you to be perfect. I'm not saying wake up at 4 a.m., jump into ice water, read 3 books, and do yoga on a mountain. No, I'm saying for the first 60 minutes after you wake up, give your time to yourself, not to the world. Because that first hour is where your inner strength is built. That's where winners truly win in the quiet of their morning. What should you do in that first hour? Keep it simple, but with purpose. Break it into 3 parts. Stillness, 10 to 15 minutes. Sit quietly, breathe, close your eyes. Let your brain wake up slowly, not with a loud alarm, but with awareness. You don't need to meditate like a monk. Just sit and listen to your breath. Why? This teaches your brain to be calm before the busy day begins. Movement, 10 to 20 minutes. Stretch, walk, do jumping jacks, dance. Move your body in any way that brings more oxygen in. This tells your brain, we're alive, we're in control. Let's begin. Movement creates energy, and energy stops laziness. Clarity, 20 to 30 minutes. Take out a notebook and write 3 things. 1 thing you're thankful for, 1 thing you want to do today, and 1 sentence you want to remember today, like, my time is my power. Or you could read a book, listen to an audiobook, or learn 5 new English words. This sets the direction of your thoughts. If you don't choose your thoughts early, the world will fill your mind with random ones all day. Here's a powerful real-world example. Think about the most successful athletes, business leaders, or artists. They all have different jobs, different amounts of money, different personalities, but almost all of them have one thing in common. They don't start their day with noise. They start it with a planned routine. LeBron James doesn't open TikTok at 6 a.m. Oprah doesn't read negative comments before brushing her teeth. Warren Buffett doesn't scroll Instagram in bed. They use the first hour to build the strong mindset they need to perform well all day. And it's not just about success. It's about peace. It's about starting the day with strength, not stress. Because if the first hour of your day is weak, the rest of your day will feel like a fight for control. But if the first hour is strong, then nothing can easily break you. This is how you become consistent. This is how you stop saying, I don't know where my day went. Take back your morning and your whole life will follow.
Way 3. Focus on one high-impact task each day and win that day completely. The third way is to focus on one high-impact task each day and win that day completely. We live in a world that tells you to work hard, do more, stay busy. But the truth is, most people are not productive. They are just tired. They wake up and start doing random tasks. Send 5 emails, clean something, reply to 8 messages, watch 10 YouTube videos about how to be productive. At the end of the day, they feel exhausted, but also empty. Why? Because they didn't move forward. They just moved in circles. That's the painful reality for most people's 24 hours. They are active, but not advancing. Busy, but not building. That's why this third step is non-negotiable. Every day, choose one task, the most important one, and make sure you finish it no matter what. This is your high-impact task. It's the thing that, if done, makes the entire day feel like real progress. How do you choose it? Ask yourself, if I only get one thing done today, which one will make my future better? Which one moves me closer to my goal, not just today, but for the long term? Let's look at some real examples. If you're learning English, maybe your high-impact task is speaking for 30 minutes nonstop. If you're starting a YouTube channel, maybe it's finishing your script or recording your voiceover. If you're building your body, maybe it's that 40-minute workout. No matter what else happens today, that one task doesn't have to be huge, but it must be focused and it must be completed. Here's what this does to your brain. When you complete your high-impact task, you feel clear, proud, energized, and most importantly, in control. Even if the rest of your day is messy, if that one powerful task is done, you still feel like a winner. You don't need 10 perfect hours. You need one focused hour that makes a big difference. This is how successful people work. They don't waste energy on 100 things. They focus on what matters most, do it with purpose, and win the day. The rest is just noise. Because progress is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters with all your heart, with no distractions, and with no excuses. That one task,
done with deep focus every day for 90 days. That's how people change their lives. Not by working 18 hours, not by copying someone else, not by waiting for the perfect time, but by mastering one thing a day, over and over again. If you're tired of feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or scattered, this is your way out. One task every day, no excuses. That's how great things are built.
Way 4. Protect your growth hours like a warrior protects gold. The fourth way is to protect your growth hours like a warrior protects gold. Let me say something most people don't want to hear. Your dreams are not struggling because you don't have time. Your dreams are struggling because you don't protect the time you already have. In a 24-hour day, every person has a similar basic breakdown of time. About 8 hours are used for basic needs, work, school, daily responsibilities. About 8 hours are used for sleep and rest. And the remaining 8 hours, these are the most powerful and often the most wasted hours in human history. Why are they dangerous? Because these 8 hours are where your real life is either built or lost. Most people waste these hours watching videos they don't remember, talking about people who don't matter, and doing things that don't change their future. Then they ask, why isn't my life getting better? It's because the hours meant for transformation are being used for simple entertainment. But highly successful people see these 8 hours differently. To them, those hours are special. That's when they read, that's when they build, that's when they learn, that's when they practice, that's when they rewrite their own story. Let's be honest, if you work a 9-to-5 job, you come home tired, but between 6 p.m. and midnight, you still have 6 hours. That's more than enough time to learn a new language, create a YouTube channel, work on your health, improve your English, start a side business, read 3 pages of a powerful book, fix your routine, change your mindset, or build a better future. But you have to fight for those hours because the world will try to steal them through messages, apps, gossip, tiredness, and excuses. The key is to treat those hours like they are worth millions, because they are. The world's most successful people didn't magically find extra hours. They simply refused to waste their growth time. There's a reason why Warren Buffett, one of the richest men on earth, spends 80% of his day reading and thinking, not working nonstop, not jumping from task to task, but growing. He knows that true wealth doesn't come just from activity. It comes from better thinking, better learning, and better habits. He protects his growth time like a king protects his most valuable treasure. So should you. Because if you let the world enter your growth hours, the world will control your life. Here's what you need to do. Identify your growth hours. For some, it's 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. For others, it's 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It doesn't matter when. What matters is that you choose them. Plan those hours in advance. Don't say, I'll figure it out. That's a trap. Write a clear plan for those hours. 20 minutes reading, 30 minutes speaking practice, 30 minutes building my project, 10 minutes of journaling. Create a rule. No one can interrupt you. Your growth hours are like oxygen for your future. Turn off phone notifications. Put your phone on airplane mode. Tell your family, these 2 hours are for me. This one decision to protect your growth time will make your 24 hours 10 times more powerful. It's not about having time, it's about respecting time. You're not too busy, you're just not protecting your future enough.
Way 5. Replace mindless consumption with intentional learning. This one step alone could truly improve your brain. And I'm going to say it clearly, your phone is not the problem. Your addiction to meaningless content is. Let's do a quick check. How many times a day do you open your phone without a clear reason? Do you watch videos that teach you nothing? Scroll for 45 minutes and then ask, what did I just watch? Do you feel tired after consuming instead of energized? That's because you're consuming without a purpose, without direction, without limits. Slowly, without you noticing, your mind becomes heavy, your focus becomes weaker, and your motivation disappears. Not because you're broken, but because you're filled with junk. You're feeding your brain with fast food thoughts every single hour. And just like the body gets sick on fast food, the brain gets weak on junk information. But here's the good news. The human brain is also the most adaptable, most trainable machine on Earth. If you change what you feed it, it will change what it produces. So here's the golden rule. Turn your consumption into education. Turn your distractions into direction. Turn your scrolling into strategy. Don't stop watching YouTube, just change what you watch. Don't stop using your phone, just change why you use it. Here's what you can do starting today. Choose one platform to learn from every day, not for entertainment, but for personal growth. Maybe it's an English podcast, a motivational video, or a 10-minute TED Talk. Watch one video a day that improves your brain. Download 3 audio files that teach you something. Listen while walking, cooking, or traveling to work. This turns dead time into growth time. Replace 15 minutes of aimless scrolling with 15 minutes of writing. Write about your day, your thoughts, what you learned, or what confused you. This improves clarity, language skills, memory, and your sense of control. Learning doesn't need a classroom anymore. It just needs a choice. Let me give you one of the most powerful real examples that proves this. When Elon Musk was asked how he gained so much knowledge in many different fields, space, cars, business, AI, his answer was simple. I read a lot of books, I talked to people, I learned. Not fancy degrees, not a special IQ, just constant, purposeful learning. He turned every moment into a classroom, and so can you. You don't need a school. You need a standard. You need to say, my time is valuable. I refuse to waste it on things that don't build me up. Replace mindless consumption with powerful, intentional learning, and your brain will stop feeling tired. It will start feeling sharp. This one change can transform how you think, how you speak, and how you live. Not next year, but right now.
Way 6 is to move your body to reset your brain daily without excuses. The 6th way is to move your body to reset your brain daily without excuses. Let me tell you a truth no one talks about. Your brain isn't tired, your body is lazy. And that laziness is hurting your focus, your energy, and your confidence. We live in a world where almost everything is done by sitting. Work is sitting, studying is sitting, entertainment is sitting. Even talking to people is now often done while lying on a bed, looking at a screen. Slowly, your body forgets how to move. But when the body forgets how to move, the mind forgets how to think clearly. Science has proven this. Movement is not just for physical fitness. Movement helps with memory, attention, emotional strength, mental clarity, reducing anxiety, fighting depression, and waking up your true potential. Here's what successful people do differently. They don't work all day and then hope for energy. They create energy through movement every single day, not because they're obsessed with the gym, but because they know a still body creates a stuck mind. A moving body creates a powerful life. Think about the sharpest minds in history. Steve Jobs used to take long walks before making big decisions. Nietzsche, the philosopher, used to walk up to 8 hours a day just to think clearly. Even modern business leaders like Jeff Bezos, Tim Cook, and Mark Cuban schedule workouts, not just for muscles, but for mental strength. Your body isn't just your outer shell. It's the engine that powers your brain. You don't need a gym. You don't need special equipment. You don't need 2 hours. You need motion. And motion can be a 15-minute morning walk, stretching while listening to an audiobook, dancing in your room with energy, 30 jumping jacks between tasks, push-ups while watching videos, deep breathing with arm movements. Every time you feel stuck, heavy, lost, tired, or bored, don't go to your phone. Go to your feet. Move. Even for 60 seconds, and you will feel a change. Not someday, not after 1 month,
In minutes, your mood will change, your mind will become clearer, your focus will return, and you'll feel alive again. And that's not just motivation. That's your body's natural response. There's something deep inside your body that says, when I move, I am safe. When I move, I am powerful. When I move, I am becoming. Look at military training. Every single day, no matter how tired, no matter the mission, soldiers wake up and move. They train, they march, they stretch, they lift. Why? Because they don't have time to feel lazy. They need their mind sharp and their will unbreakable. And they know it begins with the body. Your life is your mission. Treat it like one. Move like someone who's fighting for something greater because you are. The body is the first battlefield. When there, and the rest becomes easier. So don't wait to feel like it. Action often creates good feelings. Start moving and watch what happens.
Way 7. Say no without guilt, because every yes has a price. This is one of the most difficult lessons in life, but also one of the most powerful. If you don't learn to say no, you will spend your entire life saying yes to the wrong things, and then wonder why you feel tired, lost, and disconnected. Most people don't lack time, they just give it away too easily. Let's be honest. How many times have you said yes to things that didn't help you, didn't excite you, and didn't help you grow? You said yes to gossip because you didn't want to be rude. You said yes to scrolling with a friend because you didn't want to feel left out. You said yes to helping someone even when you were exhausted, just because you were afraid to disappoint them. You said yes to just 5 more minutes and lost 2 hours, and each time you paid with your focus, your energy, your personal growth, and your goals. You cannot become your best self if you're constantly being pulled in 50 different directions. This is why successful people are not just busy, they are protected. They protect their time, their attention, and their energy as if it's a treasure. Because they know the truth. Time is life, and every yes is a piece of that life you'll never get back. If someone asked you for $100 every day, you'd say no. But when someone asks for 2 hours of your time, you say yes again and again. Why? Because you've been taught to feel guilty for saying no. But listen closely. Saying no does not mean you're rude. Saying no does not mean you're selfish. Saying no means you're finally putting your dreams, your mental health, and your purpose above distractions. You don't need to argue. You don't need to explain. You don't even need to feel bad. You simply say, I'm sorry, I have other priorities right now. Or I'm focusing on something important. Or I'm not available, but I appreciate you asking. That's it. Your future will not be built by the things you said yes to. It will be built by the things you refuse to let into your life. Look at people like Bill Gates. He was famous for blocking out entire weeks on his calendar with 0 meetings, just so he could think, read, and focus. People begged for those time slots, but he said no. Not because he's arrogant, but because he understood the value of saying no even to good opportunities, so he could focus on the right ones. If billionaires are saying no to protect their future, you and I have no excuse. Say no to gossip. Say no to your 20th phone notification. Say no to people who drain your energy. Say no to anything that doesn't help you grow. Every yes has a cost. Start spending your life more wisely. And the moment you do, you will feel something strange but powerful. Peace. Because peace doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing less of what doesn't matter.
Way 8. Create pause moments in your day, because even lions rest before they hunt. Let's start with something the modern world has forgotten. You are not a robot. You are a human being. And human beings were never designed to be constantly in motion, 24/7. But look around. Everyone's running, chasing something, jumping from one screen to another, from one thought to the next, from one app to another. No pause, no breath, no silence, no stillness. And what's the result? Mental tiredness, emotional chaos, too much thinking, stress, burnout.
And the worst part, a life that feels fast but empty. You start the day full of energy, but by 3 p.m., you don't even know what you've done. You just know you're tired. Not because you're working too hard, but because you never stopped to recharge. You never paused. You just kept going. And that's the mistake. The truth is, your mind isn't a machine that works better the more you use it. Your mind is more like a battery, and every few hours it needs to be recharged. Not by food, not by entertainment, but by stillness. Successful people understand this. They don't just work hard, they recover smart. They have pause rituals. Think about this. Pilots don't fly non-stop for 12 hours without breaks. Doctors don't perform surgery for 14 hours without pauses. Professional athletes, the strongest, fittest people on earth, rest between exercises, take water breaks, stretch, breathe, and reset. Why? Because they know rest is not weakness, rest is preparation for greatness. How do you add this to your 24 hours? You build 3 pause moments into your day. Morning pause, before the world touches you. After waking up, before touching your phone, sit in stillness for 3 to 5 minutes. Not meditation, not strict discipline, just presence. Feel your breath. Feel your thoughts. You're reminding yourself, this is my life, not the internet's, not the world's, it's mine. Midday pause. Between chaos and clarity. Somewhere between lunch and afternoon tiredness, take a 10-minute reset. Step away from all screens, walk outside, close your eyes, drink water slowly, listen to silence. This isn't wasting time. It's bringing back your ability to think clearly. Night pause, before you sleep. Not scrolling. At night, before bed, create silence again. Not with music, not with a podcast, just silence. Think about your day. Ask, what did I learn? What am I proud of? What should I stop doing? This one pause gives your brain permission to end the day peacefully. It improves your sleep, your clarity, and your future. You won't fall behind by pausing. You will move ahead faster because you'll be resting with purpose. Remember this forever. If you don't pause, your mind will struggle. But if you pause, even for a few minutes, your mind will reward you with creativity, power, and peace. Even lions rest before they hunt. You're not lazy when you pause. You're becoming powerful again.
Way 9, sleep like a warrior preparing for battle, not like someone escaping the day. The 9th way is to sleep like a warrior preparing for battle, not like someone escaping the day. This might surprise some people, but it's the truth. If you ruin your night, you will lose your next day before it even begins. Everyone wants to have energy. Everyone wants motivation. Everyone wants a clear mind. Everyone wants to be focused. But 90% of people are destroying these things every single night. They go to sleep with noise. They go to sleep scrolling. They fall asleep holding a phone like it's their pillow. Their room is full of bright light. Their brain is full of stress. Their routine is full of chaos. And then they wonder, why am I tired in the morning? Why can't I wake up early? Why do I feel heavy after 8 hours of sleep? It's not just about how long you sleep. It's about how deep and restful your sleep is. And that depends on how you prepare for it. Sleep is not just recovery. Sleep is preparation. Think of elite soldiers when they sleep before a mission. They don't waste time. They don't scroll. They don't party. They prepare because the next day they need to be sharp. Your life is no different. Every day you're entering the challenges of life, and if your mind is foggy, your spirit will feel weak. So here's how you master sleep like a warrior. Power down your mind 1 hour before bed. Stop consuming information. No social media, no notifications. Let your brain calm down. You don't feed a machine right before you shut it down. You let it cool first. Same with your brain. Create a ritual. Let your body know it's time to rest. That ritual can be a warm shower, reading one page of a book, writing your 3 goals for tomorrow, or sitting in silence. Do it every night. Your body will start falling asleep faster and more deeply. Make your room a temple of rest. No bright lights. Keep the room cool. Remove messy things. Use a low-light lamp if possible. Keep your phone in another room. This sends a clear message to your brain. This place is for peace, and your brain responds accordingly. Wake up with a reason. Don't just sleep to escape the day. Sleep with a purpose, so you can wake up with strength. When you sleep with your goals written down, when you sleep with clarity, when you sleep with silence, you wake up ready to build, not just survive. Here's the most powerful truth about sleep. You are not lazy if you sleep deeply. You are strategic, because the sharper your mind, the faster your decisions, the faster your actions, and the quicker your results. And the secret to a sharp mind is not more coffee, it's better sleep. So don't chase success by cutting sleep. Build your success by protecting your sleep. It's not about being tired and proud. It's about being well-rested and truly effective.
Way 10. Repeat a great day until it becomes your great life. Here is the final truth, the 10th way. Success is not hidden in some secret place. It is hidden inside a single day and your ability to repeat it. Let that sink in. Everyone is looking for the next big secret, the new app, the perfect schedule, the life hack, the shortcut, the magic motivation. But they're ignoring the most powerful system in the world. One strong day, repeated, without excuses. That's it. Because one day, just one, where you wake up with clarity, plan your goals, protect your energy, learn, move, create, and sleep with peace, that one day is more powerful than 100 days of confusion. The problem is not that people don't have good days. The problem is they don't repeat them. They treat every day like a different movie, new mood, new excuse, new plan, new distraction. But the truly successful people, they live the same powerful day over and over and over again. And the result? Consistency, momentum, progress, mastery, clarity, and a life they're proud of. Let's go deeper. If I ask you right now, what does your perfect day look like? Most people would have no answer. Why? Because they never designed it. They never truly looked at their own life. They never took the time to figure out, when do I feel most focused? When do I have the most energy? What drains me? What strengthens me? What is the simplest version of a perfect day I can repeat 100 times? This is your mission now. Design one perfect day. Make it simple, repeatable, and powerful. That doesn't mean every hour is perfect. It doesn't mean you never fail. It means you build a day that includes everything you need to become who you were born to be. Maybe your perfect day looks like this. Wake up early. Move your body. Write down 3 goals. Study or work for 3 hours with deep focus. Take breaks. Learn something new. Connect with someone meaningful. Create something, a video, a post, a lesson. Walk in the evening. Sleep on time. Start again tomorrow. That's it. One great day. Now do it again, and again, and again. That's how you stop waiting for the right time. That's how you stop starting over every Monday. That's how you stop saying someday. That's how you build a life people respect, but more importantly, a life you respect. Here's a real-world example that proves this truth. Look at Michael Jordan. Why was he the greatest? Not because of one magical game, not because of some secret talent. It was because he showed up to practice with the same fire he had in a championship game. He repeated the same shots, the same drills, the same routines, day after day, year after year. He didn't wait for motivation. He didn't try to invent completely new things every day. He mastered the basics
and repeated greatness. That's why the world calls him a legend. And if legends are created by repeating the right kind of day, why are you wasting your days chasing something new, something different, something exciting? You don't need more different. You need more discipline. Not perfection, but consistency. Because the truth is, you already know what works. You just don't do it long enough. This is your final, most powerful step. Design one strong day and repeat it until you no longer recognize the life you're living, because you've built something 100 times better.
Final message. Your 24 hours are your power. If you've made it this far, then something inside you is still alive. The dream, the fire, the hunger, the belief that you can do more, that you can become something greater. And I'm not here to sell you motivation. I'm here to tell you the truth. You already have everything you need. You don't need perfect English. You don't need rich parents. You don't need a lucky break. You need one thing only: respect for your 24 hours. Every day, life gives you a full tank of time, and you get to decide where to drive it. Some people drive it into regret. Some drive it into excuses. Some drive it into temporary pleasure. And some, a rare few, drive it straight into purpose. Now ask yourself, where have you been driving your 24 hours? Because from this moment forward, you are no longer allowed to say, "I don't have time." From this moment forward, your 24 hours are no longer just a routine. They are your weapons, your armor, your blueprint, your foundation. You are building something powerful now, one day at a time. No more wasted hours, no more false starts, no more small living. This is your moment. And I want you to remember this one final sentence forever. Every second you waste is a second you steal from your future self. But every second you use with purpose is a gift that will change your entire life. Use your 24 hours like your dream depends on it, because it does. Thank you for watching. Now close this video and go build the life you were meant to live.